All right. Good morning, audience. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to call this meeting to order for the Polk County Board of Commissioners for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. All commissioners are present. Announcements are on the agendas. Extra copies are on the table. First item up is for comments for items not on this agenda. Okay. Next up is approval of the agenda.
Move approval.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, passed unanimously. Approval of the minutes from October 15th.
So move.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, passes unanimously. And approval of the consent calendar.
I'll move approval.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, passed unanimously. Reclassification of employee, Mr. Hawkins.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Today I'm here to request a reclassification of another supervisor within our health services department. Specifically, this is for Doug Aiken. Doug has actually taken on a much broader role over in health services. He's still using, as I put in the memo, some language from Noel. Still using his expertise in crisis, but his role has grown immensely. So they're requesting that he be reclassified from a health services supervisor 3 to a health services supervisor 4. And they are requesting that we be able to backdate that to make it effective October 1st. So we haven't missed anything yet, just trying to get it into this pay period. If that is approved, there would be a fiscal impact for a 12-month period of approximately $8,600, again, which includes PERS contributions.
What's the savings by making him multitask to this level?
The savings, that's a good question. I don't have that number for you, but ultimately, I would not say there's a savings at the moment.
So there wouldn't be a position for the extra duties he's taking?
No, this has to do more with their reorganization that they've done over there. There is going to be a savings overall within the crisis team, just because of how the budgetary allotments would land. But as a overall savings to health services, I couldn't actually say that there will be one.
How many 4s do we have?
I could look that up.
But you don't have to.
Probably about 4.
Have them.
We have 4s. Yeah. In fact, we've recently done a couple of reclassifications to make a couple of 3s, 4s. I think Doug was missed in those requests.
Is that the top?
That's the top for a supervisor. They have manager positions, but that we're not talking about that.
Yep. I'm good.
I'm good.
All right.
But additionally, now that you've said a word, reorganization, that I don't think I've heard recently in that department, maybe we'd like to see what's going on.
Sure. I mean, I can have conversations about that. The reorganization looks a little different it's really at the supervisor level. They've had supervisors who were supervising employees. Now they've switched them to handling more of the programmatic supervision of whichever program they are over, with what is called their employee engagement specialist, handling a lot of the day-to-day employee stuff. So time cards and things of that nature, the HR type stuff, which is actually another reason that Human Resources has taken such a large role over in health services with some of that employee engagement stuff.
So no position changes, no org chart reshuffle.
I would need to get that from them to see if there's a.
Could you please? I mean, biggest department, biggest budget item.
Sure.
A lot of things happening there that the top of the food chain here doesn't know about. So I think it's appropriate, at least we're briefed and educated about what's changing, and
Absolutely.
so we know.
I can get that.
Appreciate that. Okay, do we have a need for an executive session?
No, sir. No, sir. Chair, can I provide an update, not executive session, but just an update that might be of concern to the board?
Sure.
Okay. So you may have read the news about the government shutdown, obviously, and potential impacts on the SNAP program in Oregon and other states. Don't want to dwell on the shutdown and the politics behind that, but I did convene, some texts were going back and forth over the weekend with some providers and other agencies, and I convened a kind of an emergency check-in meeting Monday morning. And those in attendance were Brent from the county, Brent Mo, Family Community Outreach, Mary Polk Food Share Leadership, Pacific Source, the 3 housing authorities, and the Homeless Alliance and others. So we're going to convene again on Monday, but essentially just in terms of potential impacts, we don't know if it's going to, if they get their stuff together, we'll be okay, by the end of the month. But if not, they're
To define who's they.
the Senate, the federal government, for the continuing resolution. But there will likely be either a complete shut off of the program in Oregon or a severe reduction. And just to inform you about the scale, in Marion County, that's about 37,000 people, Polk County about 9,000. And I kind of worry that everybody's going to refer folks to the food shares and the pantries, but they're already operating with 15% less in food supply. And so, just asking those folks and others, cash donations to our food banks is very helpful because they can supplement those resources. Interesting fact, Marion Polk Food Share, 75% of their food resources are from donations, 25% from USDA. So they already rely quite a bit on those philanthropic efforts, but even more will be helpful. And there are going to be gaps in rural areas. Not every food service is connected to the Marion Polk Food Share. The one at the Resource Center, for example, is not. So we're going to talk about ways to perhaps troubleshoot around that. I've talked to the Health Council. They have a grant program coming out. There will be some focus on food there, which will help. But things are a bit dire right now. We have a lot of working families, seniors, even employees who rely on this program. So our Family Community Outreach Department will work on some messaging, and we're also going to work on messaging as a collective to make sure we're getting the right information out there in a timely way that's not confusing to the public, that induce panic and the like. So more on that. And the next meeting is 10:30 on Monday. If anyone wants to join, DHS is going to be there too. And I'm going to sort of steer the lead of that meeting to that representative. But just something we're going to monitor. We're not going to be able to plug every gap here, but just getting together and talking and seeing how we can work together could make the reductions more, less severe, I suppose. So.
Okay. Anything else? All right, we're adjourned.